Science has always been at the heart of this industry. Connecting the dots when it comes to research, it's all about making sure that we're addressing priorities that are relevant to industry. What we've heard through consultations with the value chain and our partners is a clear interest in working together to join forces and find synergies in ways that haven't been done before, so that we can position the industry to be as effective as possible when it comes to investing in research. This has been a year of renewal and transformation for SIP. We started out the year really focused on bringing our partners together from across industry. That includes provincial pork organizations, academic partners in government, and listening to what are their needs, what are their priorities when it comes to advancing research on behalf of the Canadian pork sector. And based on that engagement, we were able to gain input to develop our strategic plan, to help shape it and build it in a way that reflects the needs and priorities of the industry.
Central to our new direction is collaboration. Our vision is to put science into practice. It is really important that we have top-notch research here in Canada so that we can continue to be a low-cost producer that produces high-quality, affordable meat for the betterment of our industry.
The launch of Swine Cluster 4 this year was a key outcome and a key success for Swine Innovation Porc. This is an initiative that brings together over 50 researchers across 36 industry partners, 13 research institutions, and it's a large-scale program that is investing over $20 million into 15 large-scale research projects, addressing producer concerns or emerging risks around animal health and disease, biosecurity, emerging consumer concerns when it comes to animal care or sustainability. How can we be more productive, more competitive when it comes to things like animal nutrition? These are some of the key things that we need to tackle together as an industry to drive forward.
This Cluster 4 will enhance the sector's ability to be resilient and become more effective in producing in a marketplace that becomes more and more competitive.
SIP has a long history of driving impacts for the Canadian pork sector. There have been other clusters that have come beforehand that have had important impacts when it comes to addressing producer priorities. In doing independent economic analysis, we've seen that those investments in research have actually increased productivity in the Canadian pork sector by over 3.5%. And so that productivity increase is really important when it comes to driving Canadian competitiveness globally, and also when it comes to driving efficiency and profitability back at the farm level.
From the moment that we applied for the project, SIP contacted us, came up with feedback, allowed us to have meetings with their scientific committee and with different people in the organization, giving us advice about what to modify in the project to match the industry requirements. They also helped to create the network that we require. Now we are in Swine Cluster 4. This is the third cluster that I have been involved with. They have been great, they have been supportive. I'm happy to continue working with them.
I'm a big proponent of industry advisory groups, of community engaged research, because I think it's a really good way of getting feedback and also knowledge mobilization. I think there's just a richness when it comes to being able to follow the science and contribute and build teams of experts to tackle these problems.
With our renewed focus on knowledge transfer, our commitment to bring research results and solutions to the producers will enable them to become more competitive in the global marketplace.
We want to support the research itself, but we also want to support communication. A key part of what we're doing is bringing our partners together to share information and resources that helps to support that knowledge translation. Things like videos, articles, series that we're putting into the Canadian Hog Journal, for example. We want to work closely, and we are working closely, to build resources that position our organization as a central hub for knowledge and information sharing. Because of the great work that's happening in research labs across the country, we can play a role, and we do play a role in terms of sharing that information back to our producer group members and back to their producer members. The key driving force is our board of directors, who includes representatives from across the provincial pork organizations, value chain representative, and academic representation. It's the expertise from those board members who are providing input into the industry so that we can move the needle and advance Canadian competitiveness. By working together, we can find those synergies, we can build those opportunities for the future.